Welcome to Skybroking Commodity Weekly Market Commentary. Disclaimer: this weekly market commentary is for information purpose only. Before taking any decision, consult a financial advisor. Major data of this week has inflation-related data and the major events like US inflation data on Tuesday, the Europe ECB press conference on Thursday, and this week Thursday having evening session only and Friday holiday on account of Good Friday. Now let's see the precious metals outlook. Gold and silver has news like gold has been in a consolidation for days, but it may be breaking out of this at the end of the week. The range has been consolidating in recent days, even at a time where other markets were seeing plenty of volatility on the back of another hawkish move by the Federal Reserve. That at one time would have been a negative for gold, as higher rates are typically associated with lower gold prices. But these aren't ordinary times. The economic outlook is highly uncertain, risks are severely heightened, and inflation is soaring. So even though rates are rising and are expected to continue at a rapid pace, there remains plenty of appetite for precious metals. Fundamentally, this is a slight positive news for precious metals, and technically speaking, gold may expect a short covering rally and it is possible to test 52,856 levels, and silver may expect a short covering rally. So these are this week's precious metals outlook. Now let's see the energy outlook. First is crude oil. It has a news like a second weekly decline in oil prices has eased some of the pressures on the global economy going forward, thanks to a combination of factors including huge SPR releases and Chinese lockdowns. Still, at around $100 a barrel, prices are very high and there remain significant upside risks going forward. Fundamentally, this is a slight negative news for crude oil, and technically speaking, crude oil may expect a range-bound trade. Next is natural gas. It has a news like the late session drawdown from gas storage underscores the impact of chilly weather this spring, which has propped up heating demand and further tightened the US supply balance, raising concern in the gas futures and forwards markets. Over the next 14 days, abnormally cool temperatures are expected to dominate across the US West and the mid-continent. Fundamentally, this is a positive news for natural gas. And technically speaking, natural gas has a close above 495, which means further rally on positive, and it is possible to test 512 ranges. So these are this week's energy outlook. Now let's see the base metals outlook. First is copper. It has a news like spot copper concentrate processing charges increased to their highest level in more than 3 years in the week to Friday, April 8, amid more spot availability. This is fundamentally a mixed news for copper, and technically speaking, copper may expect a breakout rally. Next is aluminum. It has a news like the aluminum primary foundry alloy PFA premium in the US and Europe reached a new all-time high, rising by 3.6% on tight supply. This is fundamentally a positive news for aluminum, and technically speaking, aluminum may be expecting a consolidation phase. Next is lead. It has a news like secondary lead supply is likely to pick up after scrap supply improves. Seasonal low is coming for lead acid battery sector. Oversupply could be expected in the midterm. This is fundamentally a positive news for lead, and technically speaking, lead may expect a consolidation phase. Next is zinc. It has a news like liquidity remained thin and treatment charge offers were higher and higher for spot zinc concentrates in 2 weeks. This is fundamentally a positive news for zinc, and technically speaking, zinc may expect a positive rally with resistance of 372.4 ranges. And the last is nickel. It has a news like on the demand side, the prices of pure nickel and the prices of nickel sulfate were inverted, which reduced the purchasing of manufacturers in recent days. Fundamentally, this is a slight negative news for nickel, and technically speaking, nickel may expect a consolidation phase. So these are this week's Commodity Weekly Market Commentary. For more market updates, join our Telegram channel and the YouTube channel. Thank you by Skybroking.